How is it going, everyone? It's Caleb Lumberty here, and today we are going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 4. Now, interestingly enough, apparently a lot of people don't like Mortal Kombat 4, but I am going to be honest here. To me, this is when the series got good. When they started going into the actual 3D graphics and they kind of moved away from the full motion video stuff, even though I do like the full motion video, don't get me wrong, I like that stuff. I think it's nostalgic and it looks cool. But I feel like this is when the gameplay got to a point where I like it. This is when the gameplay started feeling a lot more fluid. The moves just felt better, a lot cooler combos, grapples, just a lot better techniques. And this is what made me like Mortal Kombat. It still has the grotesque, blood and gore that you expect. I think this game even goes above and beyond in some aspects. And I just think that this is a really, really fun game. Now, you do have, similar to what you had in Mortal Kombat Trilogy with the whole different tournaments that you can select when you first go into it. So you have a few different tournaments that you can select, and you can go through, the Novice one, the Master one, and so on and so forth, and you can play through those. But you obviously have the better looking graphics, you have better gameplay as well. You also have, I think one of the best things about this game is that they definitely fixed the balancing. Even though I still suck at this game, the balancing is actually a lot better in this, and I feel like I actually do stand a chance. And whenever I lose, I do feel like it's more on me for not being able to figure out a strategy than it is on the actual enemy itself, So I think that they did a way better job with balancing in Mortal Kombat 4, and I do like that. And one thing that I really love about Mortal Kombat 4 is all the different team battles you can do. I love the team battles. You can even do tournaments and do 2-on-2 tournaments. So you can pick two different characters and go into tournaments, and you will fight just a bunch of enemies in a row that are also just tag teams. And it's really cool how it works. You can't swap in during combat or anything like that, but if you defeat one character, basically the other character will hop in, and then you'll have to defeat them as well. And if you do, then it will go on to the next round. So it basically just adds a bit more time to the fights, and it adds more characters to the fights. And it just makes it a little bit more fun, in my opinion, just a bit more chaotic. Also, whenever you do this mode, the people explode. Whenever you do the final hit, they literally just explode, and sometimes, body parts will smack against the screen and fall off, and it's really grotesque, and it's insane. It's insane, and I did not expect it when I first saw one of the characters just explode. I was just like, well, that just happened. But I should expect it from Mortal Kombat, but I think they could just go even more crazy once they got the 3D graphics. But yeah, I love the different types of multiplayer fights that are in this. All the different types of multi-character fights and stuff. You can even do team fights, and you can pick basically 5 characters on your team and then go against 5 other computer characters and have these 5 versus 5 fights. And those are really fun as well. One player gets eliminated, it just goes to the next one that you have in line, and that's basically how that works. And I absolutely love that. That is one of my favorite types of fights and fighting games, and it's great to see it in Mortal Kombat 4. That was something I was always a fan of in the Tekken games. I love the Tekken games. So whenever I got to see it in this game, was very happy to see it. Really fun, really enjoy doing those team fights like that, and just building a very odd roster of teams. So really enjoyed that. Now, let's talk about the graphics and the characters and the sound design and all that stuff, because the sound design is great, the graphics are great, and the characters are awesome. I do like a lot of the characters, even though a couple of my favorites aren't in this one, and it's definitely a smaller roster than Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I still like the characters that you have in this game. You have a few characters that are new to the mainline fighting Mortal Kombat games, like Tanya, and Tanya is really cool. Love using her. You also have Quan Chi. Quan Chi is awesome, and he has one of the sickest moves, one of the sickest grapples in this game. He jumps up, grabs someone's shoulders, and then he kicks both of their kneecaps in, and their legs bend the wrong way, and it is disgusting, and I love it. So he has an awesome move. Absolutely love playing as him. Jarek is pretty cool as well. You have him in this game. And, of course, you do have returning characters as well that you know and love. Reptile's back in this game, although he definitely got a makeover. He looks very different than how he did in the first 3 games. I actually prefer this version of Reptile. I mean, if you're going to call him Reptile, make him look like a reptile, right? So I actually like the way he looks in this. You have Scorpion, Sonya. Sonya is pretty fun to use in this game as well. I like some of the moves she has. She can grab people with her legs and throw them across the room. I think that's pretty cool. You also have Jax. Jax is really fun to use. I really like using him. And again, just a fantastic cast of characters here. Even though it's not as big as Mortal Kombat Trilogy's cast, it's still a pretty darn good group of characters. And a lot of fighting games didn't even have this many characters, so I think hats off to them. They still did a great job with having a good amount of characters and also a good amount of stages. I really love the stages in this game. There's a lot of good ones, and of course now that you have the 3D graphics, now you can kind of see more of the stage. You know, you have that 3D look going on the stage. You can get hit to the side, knocked to the side, and it will kind of change the, you know, the perception of the stage and stuff like that. So I love the way that that looks. Also, you can also see weapons, and there's weapons that can be used. There's, you know, different stuff in the actual stage that can be used, like rocks and stuff like that. So that's other stuff that you see going on in this. Again, all of that stuff is fantastic. Absolutely love it. I don't really have a whole lot of complaints when it comes to Mortal Kombat 4. I honestly really just enjoyed this game. I think it's a really fantastic game. It's one of my favorites of the Mortal Kombat series. I know a lot of people don't like this game, but again, 3D Mortal Kombat is what I like. That's just kind of what got me into the series, you know? The 3D games is what I fell in love with. So playing this one, it feels like I'm right at home. I love this style of games. I just feel like these 3D games play so much more fluid and play so well. And I've just had an absolute blast playing Mortal Kombat 4. And I would actually like to play the N64 version as well in the future, because the one thing I will say is the PS1 version does have a lot of loading, and sometimes when it's like pops up a little loading sign mid-fight, that's a little bit odd. You know, like sometimes when you're doing tag fights, I know they're not tag fights, 2-on-2 fights is what I'll call them. I know when, like, for example, you're doing 2-on-2 fights, if a character gets eliminated, it will pop up like loading on the screen, and that's a little bit annoying that has, like, you know, loading in the middle of your fights like that. So maybe the N64 version is a little bit better about that. That being said, it doesn't ruin the experience. It's just a little bit annoying when that happens. So I really like this game, though. I love Mortal Kombat 4. I think that this is a great game, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. I won't recommend it to original Mortal Kombat fans. If you like the first 3 Mortal Kombats, maybe this one isn't for you. But if you've played the other 3D Mortal Kombat games, you know, even the newer ones, I think if you go back and play this one, you'll still enjoy it, because this is still a really fun game, and it's really enjoyable. And if you love 3D Mortal Kombat games like I do, you're probably going to like this one. This is really fun, really enjoyable, and I'm glad that I was able to play it and try out some of these team battles. Those team battles are really fun. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you in the next one. Go check out Mortal Kombat 4. We will talk about the other Mortal Kombat games in the future. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.